And then it's possible for you to fall awake and live in that state anytime you wish it. And know that the higher part of you is living in that state all the time. In a state of unendurable pleasure indefinitely prolonged. And you can't squawk at that. That's the message for the day. Get that into your hearts and you'll always be joyous and happy, because joy is the natural state and the bliss of at-one-ment with the all. That's God. That's God. And there's a spark of that God within each one of you. And it's an individual spark, but it's part of that oneness. Be you. Don't try to be somebody else. Damn it, be you. Go ahead and live. And remember that love is the greatest thing in the world. And remember that ananda that you feel there, that great bliss, that's just a touch of what you can be living in your consciousness all the time. If you really want to do some meditation, you can't do it. You can't really meditate and even get anywhere near samadhi or anywhere near the reality as long as your subjective side of your being is still busy. You have to be still. You have to be very still. And that isn't new to Sufism. After all, the good book says, be still and know that I am God. Know that you are God. Each and every one of us has that spark of immortality within us. It's all within each one of us. In the middle of some woods back in Minnesota where it gets pretty cold. But it was the summertime. I was just breathing and I took a breath in a certain way. And I was filled with ecstasy. You don't know what event in life may bring it to you. But if your aspiration is right and your heart is right, it'll happen. You see, we're breathing in and breathing out, but we're not breathing in and breathing out. We're embreathed by the reality. That's what it is. It's right there. A working knowledge of the heart. It isn't complicated. It can't be taught. It's got to be caught by being around people that have some of it. And you'll feel it. Feel it inside. You are. And that all you have to do is just be what you are. I'm telling the same stories as I've always told them, the same truths. In fact, I've said to people, what the hell do you come around for? Because the guy says the same thing. But that there is that something inside of you that was never born, never dies, and is immortal. And if you can just be still, you can get to it. You can't make it happen, but if you just listen to what's happening inside of you once in a while and stay awake and not fall asleep, and just be still and see what you hear from inside of you. Not in words, but in feelings and understanding. That's the only meditation that I have in mind. Allah, Allah, Allah,
the sun shall rise in western skies. The prophet did receive, and all men the sun shall rise in western skies. The prophet did receive, and all men, all will believe.
Because if you have allowed yourself to be open on a channel, those people weren't coming by for anything I said. I might have centered their attention for a few minutes or an hour or two, but the thing is they let themselves quiet down, be still, be happy. Huh? And it encouraged that to start growing more. Huh? But the thing is this, you plant the seeds or you stimulate the seeds in the heart, and those people after a bit, whether they say anything about the particular subject or not, they're radiating it. If anybody pays any attention to what I say, they're nuts. But if they're getting what I'm trying to let flow out from me, which I only understand in a limited sense, they'll feel the love of God. Feel it. It's within each one of you. The reality itself. It's not limited to the vehicles you're in now. This is eternal. That you're not only the physical vehicle you're in, but that reality within you stretches from here to the limits of eternity. Allah, Bismillah, say that God is one, living, eternal, and beside Him none. Allah, Bismillah, say that God is one, living, eternal, and beside Him none. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. Peace, peace, Amen. You got to rely on something within you. Nobody else can do it for you. They can give you a lot of answers, but the very experience yourself, you must have it within you. So that's what I'm talking about. And try it. Try it this way. Sit down, quiet with yourself, and see where you are. How do you feel about it? and realize that you can tune in to that greater party of your being within yourself. Because you, each one individually, must come to that reality yourself. Nobody can act as an intermediate to bring you in touch with that reality within you. More is said in silence that can ever be said in words. And that's why it's so important for your health to get to a place where it is quiet. Because it's kind of catchy. I used to say when the people would walk down the beach with me, they'd say, well, I want to meditate. What shall I meditate on? I said, don't meditate. Just sit down there and listen to the ocean. Listen to the ocean coming in on the sand. Just listen. And it will be singing you the song of eternity. It's going on constantly, day and night.